them. They look like little clouds. This on one side and that on the other. Good morning everyone. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name's Trisha and I run a handmade hair accessories business called Golden Bottle Designs. We're based out of Sydney, Australia. And I also share my journey as a small business owner on YouTube. Now today is Monday. We've had a really busy weekend in the sense as we did 2 markets, and if you want to know more about how those markets went, where we were, what the setup was like, make sure you watch the previous video after you're done with this one. I give you a glimpse of the setup, I talk about how the markets went and so on in that video. Today, we're looking at a whole week of massive prep. I've got 2 markets this weekend again. On Saturday, I'm going to be part of a festival that's run in collaboration with our local council. It's the Orange Blossom Festival and I'm so excited that I can be a part of it this year. Last year I applied, but for whatever reason, I didn't make it in. So this year when I actually got accepted, I was quite excited. And it'll be fun to see how it goes. I've never been a vendor at this festival. I've attended it a few times. It's always busy. The energy levels are fabulous at these markets. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. On Sunday, I have one of my regular markets at Rouse Hill, and I have a lot to accomplish before the weekend rolls around. I actually sat and whipped up a to-do list at one of my recent markets because I know I've got a bunch of things to take care of. So we're going to deal with it one day at a time and see how we go. For today, I've broken it down into 2 little tasks. When I say little, to me they're little because the other ones are going to be massive, but there's still a fair bit of work. I want to whip up a few towel scrunchies in some brand new colors for us, and they will work perfectly for this time of the year. The weather is just starting to warm up and these colors are gorgeous. They're muted colors, and I've got a pink, I've got a green, and I've got a blue. Yeah, I think that's about it. I've started off with these 3 colors. Depending on how they are received, I will potentially look at adding a few more in. So the towel scrunchies are what I want to finish off today. And I also need to top up my swim scrunchies. I've been considering adding a slightly different take to the swim scrunchies. I typically offer the regular size in my swim scrunchies, but I'm thinking of experimenting with a slightly different size as well to have on hand. So we're going to work on those and see how they go. At the very least, I want to finish some of those regular scrunchies that I need to restock. It's mainly the prints and a couple of our more popular colors. So today's going to be all about swim scrunchies and towel scrunchies, and let's see how they go. All the towel fabric's been cut up. It was quite a task, but it's done. I'm just gonna go get myself a face mask before I start stitching these up, because you will not believe the amount of fibers and really fine dust that these kind of fabrics are responsible for. So before I breathe any more of that in, I'll get a face mask and then we'll get stitching. Good morning everyone. It is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I hope you've had a great start to the week. Please excuse me, I'm covered with fibers from all of these towel scrunchies. So like you've seen, I started on towel scrunchies yesterday, and because they were so few, I really thought I would get them all done. But my hands took such a beating because I didn't want to make them too large, so I had to really struggle because of how thick the fabric is. So even though I thought I'd get them all done on the one day, that's yesterday, and finish them off, I've decided to actually do it in stages just to save my hands. So I'll show you what I've gotten up to so far. The blues are all done. Look at them, they look like little clouds. I wish I could display them like that at markets, just at different heights. I think they would look so cute. But anyway, these are done. All that's left to do is to snip the threads off and they'll be ready to go. Color number 2 are the greens. This is when I gave up. I've got some of them stitched up into tubes. The others, so I'm about halfway through. The others I still have to stitch up. And the pinks are just cut into strips, so I haven't touched the pinks yet, but I think I'm going to give it a day's rest in between and maybe take this on again once my hands have rested a bit. So what I did do was get straight on to the next task, which is the making of our swim scrunchies. Now, if you've been here a while, you know that we offer swim scrunchies, which uses specialty fabric as well as elastic, the ones that's used to make swimming costumes or cozies, like they're more commonly known here. And we've not done a restock in a while. You know, I batch sew a lot of my products, so I make some extras when I sit down to whip these things up, and that's exactly what I did with the swim scrunchies as well. I haven't had an opportunity or even the need to restock them because we went straight into winter, so those sales died down a fair bit. There were still a few takers at markets, and I've sold a few online as well, but I'm expecting that with the weather heating up the way it has, these will start moving a lot quicker than I thought they would. So we are going to whip up a bunch more to have on hand for upcoming markets. So the swim scrunchies are also in different levels or stages of completion. I've got these two that are almost all done. All they need is the top stitch. This one's a brand new color. I'm so excited to bring these to markets and see how they go. This one's a restock. Okay. I have a bunch of them sewn up into tubes, and these pieces just get all over the place because the fabric is so slippery. I've got a few other colors that I need to stitch up. So these are just cut into strips, and I'm going to take them to the sewing machine and tackle this first thing today. I spent a little while this morning. I've started work a little earlier today. I spent the first part of the morning. It is about 11 in the morning, so it's a bit late, but I've been hard at work. I've decided to buckle down and try and be a little more consistent with my social media, because as much as I love to, I tend to slack off a little bit with that aspect. I'd rather, as a creator, be creating things than doing all of that. But I know that that is also a really important part of the business. So I've spent and I've dedicated about an hour, and I think I'm going to do that going forward. Sit down at least one day a week and put a few reels and videos for TikTok and such together, so that I've got something to go on for the rest of the week. So that's done, and I'm happy about that, which means there's just one more day of massive editing, which is Thursday. That's when I usually sit and tackle the YouTube video. It's the same day that it goes live. So that's as far as computer work goes. So today I'm going to focus on these swim scrunchies. I'm making a few more. I don't need some of those solids and some of those prints, but because I've had to swap out the needle, I'm going to go ahead and just make up a few more so that I have them on hand. I know I mentioned about potentially trying to make a slightly different size, but I think I might leave that for a little later in the season. For this weekend, I think these will do brilliantly. And I'll be able to tick off one more item from my to-do list and move on to the next task. So I'm going to get cracking with my day, and I'll see you once all of these are done. Morning everyone. Today is Wednesday. Happy hump day. We're halfway, for me technically more than halfway through the week, because come Saturday we're going to be full steam ahead with markets. So how have we done this week? Let's take a little moment to assess the progress. I could have done more. I could have achieved more, but I'm quite happy with the steady progress that we're making. We're working through that to-do list fairly well, and I'm hoping to get a lot more done today. So yesterday I took some time and finished off our swim scrunchies, and those just need to be snipped. The threads just need to be snipped up for those ones, and then those swim scrunchies are done. I'm hoping to have a few available to put up on the website as well. If that does not happen this week, I'll look at doing that sometime next week. But at least market stock wise, we're covered. So what's on the plan for today? Today we're making even more scrunchies, and I am so excited with the fabrics that I've picked out. I'm focusing on a few satin prints today because I don't know if you've noticed in my previous market setups, there's a few pegs that are empty. Those used to house some of my previous satin prints, which have completely sold out now. So it's about time that I put that massive shipment of printed satin that we got to good use. I've picked out a few fabrics for spring, and I'm going to show you what those are. So we're focusing quite a bit on florals. I'm going to be working with this one. I've tried to pick a range of colors so that we've got something for everyone. The next one, wait till you see it. I've got an animal print, but it's this very pastel rainbow colorway, and it is adorable. Another lavender shade, but you can't be mad about it. It's got daisies and bees. Hoping the camera will focus. Really, really pretty, and I think perfect for springtime. The next one's also a floral, but a slightly darker floral. Sunflowers have been very popular, so I've got this bright, gorgeous sunflower print. Another absolutely stunning floral. And the last one, I could not wait to start working on this as soon as I received that batch of fabric. No surprise, it's a slightly brighter rainbow assortment, but it's rainbows, it's got little flowers with cute smiling faces on it. That's what I've picked out for the first lot of spring scrunchies, at least in printed satin. I'm hoping to get a few made in each of these prints. I'm going to start off with just the regular sizes. I'm not sure if I'll be doing an XL in this, just because of how limited the fabric is. If you're really keen on getting your hands on an XL in any of these prints, just get in touch with me and I'll see what I can work out. So yeah, that's the work. That's my work cut out for today. We're working on satin scrunchies. Morning everyone. Today is Thursday. Thursday is typically editing day, but I want to get a little bit of work done before I can sit down to edit the weekly video. Like you can see, I've got comfy clothes on. We're just at the start of spring, but it's amazing how hot it has gotten. I'm literally sweating, almost melting. Mind you, my house gets a little warm and tends to stay warm through the cooler months and actually cools down a tiny bit during the summer months, which I'm forever grateful for. But today is an exceptionally warm day. Quick update on how far we've gotten with the new scrunchies. I have them all here. All the elastics have been sewn. Now I need to snip the threads and finish that top seam. Once that's done, my new satin printed scrunchies will be ready. Now, once that's done, once the editing is done, I also have one additional task this week. This week, coming up this weekend rather, on Saturday, I'm going to be part of the Orange Blossom Festival. I'm not sure if I've already mentioned that previously in the video. If not, I'll just mention it right here. Now, we're meant to decorate the stall in orange or neon for this particular market. Now, neon, I'm not 100% sure of what I can get past with neon. Orange is a little more doable for me, even though it's not part of my branding and my colors. I think with a green and a yellow, I should be able to sneak in a bit of orange. I've got a couple of ideas in mind. I've been testing a few options this morning with some scrap paper, but I haven't really started work on the actual decor. What I will do is once all these tasks for the day are done, I'll sit and churn out those decor options. And of course, I'll bring you along, show you what I'm up to. Fingers crossed it turns out all right. It's just for one day, so I don't want to invest too much money. I'm trying to use all of the bits and pieces that I have lying around. I've got a lot of scrapbooking paper. I've got lots of paper in general. I do have fabric, but I don't want to waste fabric on this particular occasion. So I'm trying to do a few things with the paper that I have on hand. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. For now, I'm going to work on these scrunchies, finish them off, and I'll catch up with you later once I'm working on that decor. Good morning everyone. Today is Friday. Happy Friday. It's almost the weekend and I know a lot of us are excited about that. Some of you because you've got the weekend off. Others like me probably have a market. So Friday, I think I've left a little too much for today. In the sense is a lot of these don't have to be done or need to be done, but I would like some of these tasks taken care of. Something that has to be done and that I definitely need to get done is that little bit of decor that I was talking about previously for Saturday's market. I do have a few hours tomorrow morning because the market doesn't start till bump-in starts at 12:30. So I've got the better part of the morning to do a little work if I decided to. I'm not sure how I'm going to go with that, but I would love to have all the bigger tasks taken care of today itself. So a little later in the day, I'll probably work on the decor. I'm keeping it very simple. Still not 100% sure what I'm going to do, but I have a fair idea of what I would like to do. So apart from that, I've got to finish off some scrunchies that I've made during the week. Some of them I've already trimmed the threads off like you would have seen. Others still have that task left. As a last minute decision, I actually want to get a few new wire headbands done. I'm hoping to get more florals and spring colors in because the weather has warmed up considerably. And I think this time around what I'm going to do is I'll just make a couple of headbands in each of the patterns just to take to the markets. And come next week, I'll actually sit and create more stock for ongoing markets as well as to pop on the website. So that's what I have planned for the day. I should be able to do it if nothing else comes up in the way. Wish me luck. Okay. I'm going to start off by pulling out some fabric for those wire headbands. I've got some in mind that I definitely want to whip up. So these two I definitely want to get done. One's a blue floral and one's a beautiful pink. You've probably seen these. What else shall we get? I definitely want to get the sunflower prints done as well. So we've got this one as well. Okay, so I've picked up my fabrics that I want to definitely whip up for this weekend. You've seen the first few. That's this blue floral and this pink. You've also seen both of the sunflower prints. I've also gone ahead with one Aboriginal print and one. This one's a very muted color palette and the fabric is gorgeous. It's a very light, very breathable fabric. So we'll see how this one does. And the last one is not very spring in its color, but everyone doesn't gravitate towards pastel and lighter colors. So I'm hoping to get a little something for everyone. And I think the florals cover the spring aspect of it really well. I'm thinking if I ever end up wearing a color like this, this particular headband would be absolutely stunning with that. So I've got my work cut out. Let's go and cut up the fabric now. So the cutting's all done now. Off to the sewing machine to sew. I've just about had lunch and we're now going to work on a little bit of that decor. I'm thinking something on these lines in an orange, but like little semicircles and having them all up the top. I just tested it out in another color and I've gone with a bright orange that you'd be able to spot from quite some distance away. So I'll show you what I'm doing. So the battery just died. I don't know how much of that it captured, but yeah, I was thinking of having little semicircles like this. So two of these pieces will be attached together and I'm potentially thinking I'll have them grouped in some order, either on the back wall or at the front. I'm not sure. I'll just have to go place them, see what they look like and take it from there. So I just tested one out in a yellow, but for the actual color I'm going to go with this bright orange. I think it should work really well for that Orange Blossom Festival, where they've actually asked us to have something to decorate the stall in either orange or neon. This is bright enough and I think will work well. Originally I was going to use a scoreboard, but I was getting the little folds were getting too narrow and uneven. So I've decided to just go freehand and I'll show you what I'm doing. It's just basically accordion folds and then stick some of them together. Good morning everyone. Today is Saturday. It's market day. It's still a little early on. It's just past 9:30 and bump-in is at 12:30. So we've still got a couple of hours before we have to leave for the market. So I thought we'd just get the final little bits and pieces done together. The lights have been charged. Today's market is one that runs from 3 to 9 p.m. So I'm going to need my lights. These have just been charged. Up charging next is my power bank and my square reader, and I've just got to cut off threads of scrunchies and things like that, little things, before we head off to the markets. So the satin scrunchies are all done. Let me show you what the patterns have turned out like. This one's of the floral. This is one of my favorites, and the beauty of it is because of the colorway, you've got this on one side and that on the other. And every piece comes out a tiny bit different because of the way the colors are, because of the actual design on the fabric. Then we've got beautiful daisy and bee print. One of my favorites have got to be this stunning sunflower print. That's how the animal print turned out. You've got the floral and the other floral. All of them have turned out super pretty. I'm really happy with these. I've got a few pieces for markets coming next week. Fingers crossed, they should be up on the website as well. Up next, I'm just going to work on finishing off, snipping the threads and all of the swim scrunchies and just the blue towel scrunchies because I didn't get a chance to finish off the green and the pink as well. So I'll start off with the blue, see how it does. And I've finally finished those swim scrunchies and the towel scrunchies. So the towel scrunchies look like this. They're massive compared to our regular sizes, but that's just because of the thickness of the fabric. They're actually the exact same size as our regular scrunchies. And with the swim scrunchies, we've got a few solid colors. So those are some of our solids. We've also got an orange, a bright pink, and a green, a neon green. I don't have them on me right now. They're in my market box and in the drawers put away, but these are the ones that we've made this week. And a few prints. You've probably seen the purple stripy one before. This is a kaleidoscope scrunchie, and this is a gorgeous botanical one. So happy that that's done. These are going to go straight into the market box for later today. I think that about sums up all of my work for this week's market prep. It feels pretty good to be done with everything. I still have a couple of hours before we have to leave. That's always a great position to be in. I think I'm going to end this video right here, and in a little bit I will start my market vlog video where I'll take you across to the venue while we're setting up and take you through the day as best I can. So stay tuned for that. If you want to get notified about that particular video, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click on that little bell icon so that you get notified every time we upload a new video. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you really soon in the next one. So till then, take care. Bye-bye.